conducted a workshop today, and it's about the public and private partnership. And what was the general objective of this workshop, sir?
This is really in line with the competitiveness of the country. That's why we're working very closely with the National Competitiveness Council, because we feel that if we can effect good e-governance through ICT, that it will improve the competitiveness of the country in general. So the session for today was more or less a culmination of a series of researches that we have conducted, as well as discussions with both the public, private, and civil service organizations also, on how we can more effectively use private sector in the implementation of government projects. So the idea behind it is that since private sector has the resources, both financially and human resources, they can partner with government for the implementation of e-government. So a lot of the government computerization can actually be undertaken by private sector. So what we're trying to do is to find out what kind of policies we need to put in place outside of existing policies, which will encourage more private sector participation in government projects.
In light of what's happening right now, especially with this high-profile case, you already know about that, and it seems that private sector is now more reluctant to engage government in major ICT projects.
Well, that's perhaps one of the reasons why I feel this project is important, because we want to figure out ways in which we can reassure the private sector that if they deal with government, then it will be for their mutual benefit. And essentially, the focus anyway of e-government is in terms of applications development. It's not much to do with infrastructure development, as is the current issue in the NBN. So this is more computerizing government processes, which can easily be outsourced to the private sector.
So if you could put your finger on the common issues today that were discussed and concerns of government and both private and government, ano po sila? Ano po yung mga issues? I think it's the lack of skills within government to implement complex e-government projects. And this is where private sector comes into the picture, because obviously, because of the nature of the private sector, they have the necessary skills to be able to implement these projects. So if we can use the requirements of government for computerization and have private sector be the ones to implement them, then we will be able to implement computerization of services much faster and more efficiently. What about transparency issues, sir? I mean, corruption?
There were a lot of discussions regarding the procurement law, for instance, on how we can make it more transparent and more adaptable to ICT projects. Because ICT projects are a bit unique on its nature, because it's not like a commodity which can easily be selected using the current procedure, the current provisions of the law. So hopefully this study can come up with certain provisions which is really tailored to ICT procurement.
With that, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.